back to the Compliance Kitchen. This is Sylvia, and in this episode, let's take a look at a DOJ's recent release in regards to a U.S. company and their alleged evasion of national security trade sanctions. So, on August 2nd, the DOJ issued a release of guilty pleas by an owner of this company and also the company itself to a scheme to evade U.S. national security trade sanctions. This was a company from Georgia. According to the release, the owner, Dali Bagaru, pled guilty to conspiracy, while the company World Mining and Oil Supply, or WMO, pled guilty to violation of the Export Control Reform Act. So the DOJ tells us that the plea subjects Bagaru, which was the owner of the company, to a statutory sentence of up to 5 years in prison and substantial financial penalties, which is then followed by up to 3 years of a supervised release. As part of his plea, Mr. Bagaru also agreed to forfeit a residence that the government tells us was valued at approximately $800,000 and allegedly purchased with illicit proceeds. WMO, or World Mining and Oil Supply, so the company, is subject to a sentence of up to 5 years probation, along with significant fines and financial restitution. So more in detail as to what happened, the DOJ tells us in their release that the conspiracy to avoid certain sanctions or to evade certain sanctions began when an unnamed Russian government-controlled business began working with Oleg Vladislavovich Nikitin, who is the general director of KS Engineering, or KSE, and this is a St. Petersburg, Russia-based energy company. And in 2016, they were working together to purchase a power turbine from a US-based manufacturer for approximately $17.3 million. And the Russian company intended to use this turbine on a Russian Arctic deep-water drilling platform, which, as you guys may know, is an activity that is expressly prohibited by the US government, and specifically by the Commerce Department, unless you can get a license to engage in this activity or export items that may be furthering this type of commercial activity. So Mr. Nikitin admitted that he and another KSE, that's the KS Engineering, so that's the St. Petersburg company, so another employee from this company, Anton Cheremukin, conspired with Gabriel Villon, Villon's company GVA, and also Ms. Villon's business partner, Bruno Caparini, to obtain the turbine on their behalf. So Villon, Caparini, and GVA, which is Ms. Villon's company, then employed the services of Mr. Bagaru and WMO, which is the company that we mentioned at the beginning, which was World Mining and Oil Supply. So this is how they got connected into this. So they were employed to procure the turbine from a US-based manufacturer and to have it shipped overseas. So the parties conspired to conceal the true end user of the turbine from both the US manufacturer and the US government. They submitted false documentation that stated that the turbine would be used by a US company in and around Atlanta. So then the DOJ release tells us that Nikitin, Villon, and Bagaru got arrested in Savannah, Georgia in 2019 while attempting to complete the illegal transaction. So there's your US connection there with the company, and subsequently the guilty pleas. If you guys need to take a closer look at the DOJ release, I have it available on Compliance Kitchen.